What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to the Year of the Z episode 11, aka That Bowtie Z32. And here she is in all of her glory. We have the cage prepped with 320 sandpaper. We're ready for paint. I've got the primer all laid out. We're probably gonna have to come back and 320 sand with a soft pad the rest of the car one more time, just because of the overspray after we get this paint on there. And then what we're going to do is, after the paint's dried, probably tomorrow, maybe even Friday early, is tape the cage up so that we can maybe spray the whole inside of the car and everything Friday. That's kind of the tentative game plan. I don't know if that's going to be an actual thing. I hope so, because that would be awesome. That would be huge, but we'll see. Got all the detrim, got all the trim detrimmed, got all the trim taken off. And this thing is nasty. Look at that. If you've never had your trim off, like, that's crazy. So these guys came off pretty easy on this side. The other side, the previous owner had like glued them down with these, I guess because he didn't want moisture coming in the car. I don't really know. I'll probably be doing that because some of these broke and they are wicked expensive to replace, so we'll see. I also got the doors detrimmed. These are pretty easy. If you don't know how to do those, same thing as the quarter glass. Come in right here and pop up and get it wedged up, and then you just pull up as you go along this way. Try not to bend it. If you do bend it, it's not that big of a deal. You can always bend it back because it is a metal frame. Oh, I just noticed that there's a dent right there. See that? I have to fix that. These guys are next. I got to pull these out. I'm pretty sure they just slide up. Not sharp, yeah. I'm pretty sure they just slide up. So I'll pop those two off. This side's the same way. Mirrors are out, side trim's off. This guy's off. We ended up taking the T-top trim out. That's another thing I gotta do. I gotta detrim the T-tops. I'll probably have to do that today. These guys are slide clips. If you don't know, just push it down or push it this way. If it's installed correctly, push it this way, and they'll pop up. No big deal. These are all taken down. That's just glue. Don't worry about that. That's just glue. So I'm probably not even going to paint in here. So I'll end up just back taping to this edge and just painting the tops. Dang, there's a lot of dents on this thing up here, now that I'm looking at it for real. Wow. Okay, well, I'll have to do a little bit of Bondo work on it. This guy's actually pretty good, but this guy really needs some help. You can see where the clear's been scratched and coming up. So yeah, that's kind of where we're at. Everything else looks pretty good. In here, we'll again have to 320 with a soft pad sand it to get it all back to normal, back to a really nice one layer. But we're gonna do that after we get this painted. This is all nice and soft and ready for this sweet Nardo gray. Speaking of paint, here is the paint, our Nardo gray. I can't wait to show you guys this paint. I'll show it to you here in a second after I get the lid off and it's shaken. Yeah, after I shake it. We are going to be using a fast hardener, and we're going to be reducing it 10%. That's what this means. 2 to 1 paint. So however much you fill it up in this guy. So let's go. So here's a 2 to 1. So if you fill it up to the 1, then you fill your hardener up to the 1, and you reduce it 10%. So that's what we're going to be doing with this guy. And yeah, so that's the plan for today. Thank you guys again for coming around. I really appreciate it. If you haven't started following me on Instagram, go check it out, That Bowtie Z32. There's some things on there that you may or may not have seen. There's also some hardware tips, tricks, stuff like that. And yeah, it'll get some updates that's different from YouTube. That's kind of one thing I want to keep separate. But yeah, so that's the plan for today. Let's get started. Alright guys, here's the color. Still got a little bit of mixing to do. Try to go until I don't see any weird swirls. But that's the color it's gonna go. I think it'll look really good. It's a single stage paint, so there won't be any need for any clear coat. It's probably the best thing about this kind of paint. So you don't have to worry about clearing it or anything like that. But yeah, that's the color right there. I think it's gonna look great, especially with the green. I'll show you guys right beside the green. So there we go. Yeah, I think it'll go really well. I wish I had a better spot. Yeah, here we go. Now you can see the gray with the green. I think it'll complement really well and not be so much. The rest of the car, the brakes and a couple little small details will be going gold, the GTR gold from the R35 or the 350Z Brembo gold. That's the gold that we're going to be going with for the brakes, and a couple other little small items to match the valve covers. So that's the other accent color. I just wanted the gray because I wanted the car to kind of be the focal point. I didn't want a big like gold cage, or I didn't want the roll bar being gold, because then that drew your eye to the inside of the car. I really want the outside of the car to be the aesthetic, so that's kind of why I'm going subtle on the cage. But yeah, so I'm gonna get this mixed up and mixed with the hardener and all, and we'll throw it in the little gun and start spraying. All right guys, here we go. First round of paint. Alright, that didn't go entirely the way I had it planned, but it's all good. I got another round I got to do, but you can see the color, beautiful. I'm just not even going to worry about that, honestly. I'm just not. I can pull that out, and probably what I'll do is use a little bit of thinner or something to get it off, reducer, to get that off of that, and then I'll just re-black it with some interior vinyl paint. No big deal. This, however, is turning out beautiful. I went a little heavy in a couple areas. That's why you saw me grab the towel and come back and swipe it off real quick, and then I ran out of paint right at the end. There are a lot of really hard tight corners, so you kind of have to figure out how you're gonna spray it. Like right in here, I still don't have any paint really good in here, so I'm gonna have to probably come like right here with the gun, so probably get in the back with the gun and try and get right here, and then like I missed the underside of the roll bar right there, and that's not that big of a deal. But I think we can do this in 2 shots, or 2 full paint guns I should say. But the color is really sweet. It's just, I don't know how to describe it. It's very light, but it has a little bit of blue undertoning, and with the green it just looks really nice. So I'm excited for it. You can see right here where I had to swipe it off, maybe see the graining, but this stuff levels out pretty quickly. I'm very impressed with it. So what I'll do is just come back and throw another little bit of paint on it, throw a little bit more paint on it. But all of this came out really nice. Again, a little bit of a run right there, which I can clean up, but we're gonna get that guy taken care of. And I think the inside, yeah, I get the bottom side of that. So the bottom side of that bar, and then 1 light coat over everything else, and we should be good to go. You can see the color right there with the green. Oh my goodness, that looks so good together. Can't wait to have like all the rest of the car green, so that it'll really pop. But yeah, the green and the gray definitely go really nice together. All right guys, check this out. Look how beautiful that is. So it's got 2 coats on it. That's all it really needs. I haven't seen anything else that looks like it needs to be touched up. I do notice I have a couple little runs, but I'm really not worried about it, to be honest. I could clean them up, but where they're located, you're not gonna see them because the seat's gonna be there. So this side's good. And I got a little bit, sprayed that one kind of heavy right there. So I'll probably end up cleaning that guy up actually. So I'll come back with touch up and wipe that up a little bit, clean it up, come back, spray it one more time, and be done. All right, thanks for being patient with me, guys. It's all nice and pretty. No more runs. If you don't know, what you can do if you've got a run is to take a rag and damp it. Just put a little bit of water or lacquer thinner or something. Well, preferably use reducer, and just rub out your run real quick. And basically what it'll do is it'll leave a low spot, and if you've got your paint mixed right, the paint that's still wet will kind of try to fill in, and then all you have to do is go over it just really lightly with your spray gun again, and it'll kind of fill in. But you need to do the area about an inch or two before and after, so that it kind of blankets it and kind of pulls the paint together to make it go where it needs to go. But I am super happy with this color, happy with the way it turned out. You know, I know it's a race car, I do, but you still take pride in your work. And this color combo, you can see, this color combo is just going to be absolutely beautiful. Let me get my phone out so you can get the, yeah. That color combo is just going to need to be absolutely beautiful in the light. So I'm really, really excited about it. That's one big thing off of the checklist. So what we'll do is let this dry. We're going to work on the T-tops and get those detrimmed, and work on getting the trim off of this guy, getting this detrimmed as well. And that's probably going to do it for today. So let's get to work on those. Alright, that was a pain. So we only broke one. It's just a pain. There's no easy way to get these out. I was trying to finesse them. They lock in like this. They lock in, and then you have to try and finesse those little fingers out of there by sliding it back and forth. And you're really supposed to be able to slide this whole rail out. See? But it wouldn't slide. It's too dirty. So we're gonna pull this entire guy out and clean him up, and then obviously we're gonna remove this wrap and paint it back black the way it's supposed to be. And I think that's broken or cut. Yeah, it looks like it's cut. Well, in that case, I might just get a new one, because that's cut. It's not supposed to be like that. So yeah, I'll just get a new one, or new pair of them. So another replacement item for the restoration. But yeah, these clips are, that was a pain. This one I was able to get to, that one I was able to get to, and this one I was able to get to and hold it so I get it to not do this, not slide back and forth. So I'm sure that these probably slide all the way down. So these go onto this, and then everything slides down together in this track. But because this thing hasn't been cleaned probably since it's been put together, because I think these are original, that's probably why they won't slide, because this guy's so dull and grimy and full of crap. Alright, so don't start trying to do too many things at once. I started blocking the car like a dummy after I just sprayed all this paint, and well, got some dust particulates right there and in the paint right here. So we'll be sanding this down again and just going back over with a little bit. Same thing on that side. This, however, didn't have any effect on that. That was from me blocking over there like a dummy. You know, the wind's blowing this way because I've got a fan over there and a fan right there blowing a draft this way. But this guy, nice little dent, we'll be fixing that as well, before we start sanding this thing down, everything's taken off. I'm gonna order 2 new windshield trim moldings because mine are absolutely destroyed. And yeah, so that's gonna do it for today. We will catch you guys on Friday. What's going on, guys? We're back. This is Friday, April 14th. We're back on the car. I just had to respray the cage and I actually ran out of paint halfway through. I wasn't happy with how it came out. I had a whole bunch of runs that just developed over the time. So, wasn't anything I could sand out. It was a single stage paint, so I tried to sand them down and polish it out, and just didn't look right. So, sand it down with 320 and 180 to get the runs out and everything. Started to respray it. It came out great, but I ran out of paint. So it's like halfway finished. You can kind of see it through there. So it's like halfway finished. All the easy parts are left. The hard parts are done, but it just something I need to do personally. I just don't want to tell you guys how to do things and then not put my best foot forward, or, you know, doing all this work with the car. I don't want to not put my best foot forward and do the best I can because I'm doing all this work, you know. Just kind of, I can't half-ass things. It's just how I'm made. So anyways, we are going to be taping the car up, getting the windshield taped off, coming on the back side of the cowl here, taping all that up so that we can mask it off. And we're going to be sanding and painting the inside here. I am going to go ahead and tape off and spray this with a spray paint real quick, black it back out the way that it was from factory, just because I'd rather do that first and then obviously cover it up. The spray paint doesn't take that long to dry. Actually, you know what? I'll do the green first because I can just back tape this on both sides and it'll be easier. Yeah, we'll do that. I'll just do the green first. It's no big deal. I don't know what all this is. It's like grease. I have to clean all that up. But anyways, that's the plan. Since we're not going to be able to do the interior, sand the interior or anything because I just painted that, we will shoot the engine bay, which again, I'm not opposed to. So let's get started. What we're going to do is 320 with a soft pad, sand everything, and the places that we can't get to with a soft pad, we'll get in there with the soft pad by hand. I've got another soft pad I use with the same sandpaper, and we'll get in there by hand and get all the little cracks and crevices. So we'll see some color today. Super exciting, and thank you guys again for coming around. I appreciate it a lot. Let's get going. All right, guys, so as you see, we got it all taped off all along here, all up there, and then along the edge, just back taped underneath. So now we're gonna get sanding.
System overload.
What's going on, guys? She's all sanded. As you can tell, I am absolutely just filthy. So I'm gonna throw my mask back on and quickly blow all this out and get it out of the building, so that we can start wiping it down cleaner and seeing if there's any spots that we missed. If there are, we'll go back over it with some sandpaper and a block, and then we'll go from there. Hopefully we'll be able to spray it in the next hour or so, but we shall see. Every time I say a timeline, I get thrown a curveball, so. Alright guys, so here we are, ready to spray. It's all cleaned up, everything's blown out. I made sure there wasn't any leftover residue or anything, or leftover cleaner, so it's time to spray. So I got my gun loaded up.
There we go, guys. Holy crap, this one is beautiful.
You guys can't really see it, but here, I'll show you how beautiful this color is. Look at that. Absolutely beautiful. Waited so long to see this color again. And being that this is my first car, it means a lot to me to be able to see this kind of stuff. And I'm actually tearing up right now looking at it. After all this hard labor and everything that I put into it, to be able to give it this kind of love, it just means so much to me. And God, this thing is just so beautiful. There's a spot right here. So beautiful. I'm really excited to see the rest of the car in this paint. I mean, it's gonna look like a brand new car. Like it's giving me goosebumps right now, and I love it. So I really appreciate you guys coming around and watching this. Don't know if I'm gonna be able to clear today because of all the paint that I just laid down. So we'll probably let it dry. I may come back tomorrow and clear coat it. If I do, I will be sure to bring you guys along. And as always, thank you so much for coming around and watching the videos. It means so much to me, and I can't wait to be able to get the rest of this car to this point. And oh my gosh, just thanks guys. Catch you in the next video if there is one. If not, thank you again. Like, comment, subscribe, and stay tuned. It's all painted in the engine bay. It's crazy of how the color changes, how dark it is now. And then you add in the light, that's got the blue to it. I had them put a little more extra blue in it, so it'll really flop hard in the light.
Destiny.
really all I gotta say is wow. Look, if that doesn't show you that you can't paint stuff like this in your garage, I don't know what will. I mean, this is like, it's a 64,000 square foot building. Not a whole lot of ventilation. All I got is a couple of fans set up. I mean, dang, that's just amazing. So beautiful.
System overload.